How's it going, folks? I'm gonna talk about my favorite series in this video. I'm not gonna specify it right now, but hey, it's just like Vinland Saga. It is something that I think everyone is could enjoy, right? And I guess without further ado, I'm gonna jump into it. The series I'm about to talk about today is Dragon Ball, and I'm really well aware. A lot of people would be like, "Hey, right now we're gonna talk about what Jujutsu Kaisen or something, right?" But hey, it's not wrong that we bring up the past. I feel like some classics are just unchangeable whatsoever, and some of them is Dragon Ball. You know, we even have an action figure. Look at this Ultra Instinct Goku, right? Incredible. My one of my favorite transformations, and also what goes behind the transformation as well. I find it to be very incredible as to how they make this transformation very very iconic, but that could be like a whole different video in general. Today I want to talk about a specific arc that I'm currently rewatching, and that is the Majin Buu arc, right? If anyone wants like a deep dive review of the Majin Buu arc, totally not Mark, and yeah, totally not Mark would definitely do better justice of that than me. But I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna break down that arc today. I'm gonna break down why the arc really works, uh, and why is it so memorable despite having its flaws, right? Because I know what the flaws are, but we're not gonna talk about that. The greatness within this arc, there's so many, right? It's a continuation of the Cell games where Gohan, after defeating Cell, of course, with the help of with the Z Warriors, Vegeta, and his dad in spirit, but also it's him growing up to be a teenager, trying to be independent in his college life. Yeah, it's very interesting to see that, right? We get to see that, oh, how much he has learned over the years, specifically 7 years. I remember when I watched the show when I was a kid. I didn't know when, but I didn't know like, oh wow, this was a great step up. If you watch Frieza, the Frieza arc up until the Majin Buu saga, the change is very noticeable in each arc, but also tremendous, right? You could definitely tell the difference between these three, but this one in particular is very interesting, right? Because it's no longer the Gohan that's like trying to uh, seek help from Piccolo, or trying to gain guidance from Piccolo. Or maybe even from his dad. Now it's him trying to be independent, because this time around Goku ain't around. So yeah, I like that aspect. I think if there's anything that Dr. Slump Arale-chan did wonders with Akira Toriyama, is the fact that he knows how to write. He knows how to write slice of life, and that is incredible. And my opinion, I wish we get to see like Goten's slice of life, or Trunks slice of life, or Vegeta slice of life. That'd be incredible. I would like to see that. Or you know what? I'm gonna throw a curveball here. I want to see Android 18's slice of life moment. Because we do know, because that's the thing. The arc goes quite a fast pace. We have the stuff with like the tournament arc, and we have like Gohan slice of life moments, the introduction of Goten and little boy Trunks. I mean, to be fair, Trunks has been shown within the Cell games, but in a way, like we just know that, oh, the lad is born, and we just think that, oh, maybe the series is just gonna take their time, right? But they didn't. His growth spurt just like that. I mean, I don't think it's just like that, because it's 100 episodes difference, but still, it's a lot. And yeah, I I just, it's hard to keep up, but that's the fun part about Dragon Ball, right? Like, I mean, that's the weakness as well, because there's so many things that's going on, but they manage to make everything within each of its caveats so fascinating. And I can't help but to just feel immersed with the series. I just can't. And also the introduction of Super Saiyan 3 is just incredible. But now, in comparison to Dragon Ball Super, it is hyper focused. It is hyper focused with Goku and Vegeta. And I guess you could say Beerus and Whis, basically the God's realm, right? As interesting as it is, right? Because I like it. A lot of people don't like Battle of Gods and Broly. I do. I do. My brother does as well. But I think both of us, by both I mean like me and my bro, and I think to fellow viewers as well, we can all agree that we want it like how it used to be, Like back then there was like so many introductions of other characters. For example, we know that Goten is trains under Chi-Chi, and not only that, Goten's fighting style is like Chi-Chi. Like for example, his finger jab. If anyone were to watch Goten versus Trunks, right? In the Cell game, I was about to say Cell games. In the tournament arc, right? He fought like Chi-Chi because that has like the finger jab thing. It's only Chi-Chi that does that, right? We also get to find out that Krillin is still kicking it, and we also know that Yamcha still sucks. Listen, I'm not hating Yamcha because of the memes, but if anyone were to follow the classical Dragon Ball, right? We all know, I guess, spoilers for anyone who doesn't watch the original Dragon Ball, even though all of you really should. The original Dragon Ball, Yamcha got defeated by a very skillful businessman. And I guess that, there's no shame in losing to a skilled man, because that skilled man did lose to Piccolo. So I guess that's, that in of itself should show a bit of prowess, we would never know if Yamcha versus Krillin would be a duo to see. I like to watch it. Heck, I'd even say that Yamcha should have the upper hand, but I guess if Yamcha or Krillin were to fight, I think I'd put Krillin as my money, because I love Krillin. He's the true Saitama, you know what I mean? Don't get me started with the Goku versus Saitama. I'm not gonna fight all of you, all right? But yeah, with the like, knowing Yamcha doesn't want to fight anymore, he quits. Why? Why do you quit? Why? Is it because of a Cyberman? Dude, relax. Tien lost too. Okay, maybe not specifically to a Cyberman, but he lost too, but he's still kicking it. That is why a lot of the Dragon Ball fans still respects Tien, And guess what? Even Chaozu is still training, but it's okay, I'm not here to continuously hate, I don't know. I guess it's kind of good for Yamcha. I still remember in Dragon Ball Super when they were like trying to recruit for the Tournament of Power. Yamcha's like, oh, Majin Buu's asleep. I guess Goku. What a rascal. I guess he's gonna come back, call me back for action. Oh man, what a good lad he is. No, Yamcha, I keep dreaming. But yeah, there was so much things that's going on, right? See, even Yamcha, a character that we never thought would bring up spotlight again, comes back. So isn't that like fascinating? But in Dragon Ball Super, it's hyper focused with Goku and Vegeta. I guess it kind of makes sense because, in a way, number one, because it's no longer really under Akira Toriyama's writing. Like it's under his supervision, but it's more with Toyotaro, right? And I have no hate with Toyotaro, and heck, even the manga. Spoilers for those who don't want to know what happens in the manga. It's still hyper focused with Goku and Vegeta, and sure, I don't mind that. I just find that a little bit annoying. I just find that a little bit annoying. That why is it like that? And guess what? If anyone were to check out the Dragon Ball Super Superhero, from there, we're able to check out Akira Toriyama's work, because Dragon Ball Super Superpower was a movie that Akira Toriyama was working on after Dragon Ball Super Broly, right? And you could tell this is Akira Toriyama's work. Want to know why? Because everyone have the spotlight, We get to see like what the Red Ribbon Army were doing, because like um the continuous descendant. I mean, and this has like a lot of connection with the old Dragon Ball, but that's the thing, like with full hands-on from Akira Toriyama, things would have been superbly connected. Piccolo, he's still at it, taking care of Lil Pan, and I know maybe some of you hardcore Dragon Ball fans think of GT, but hey, this is a different Pan, probably even better than the GT one, because the GT one I think is a little bit, you know didn't really use Pan to her full potential. But maybe this time around, we're gonna come back even stronger. And not only that, we also get to see by the very end, Goten and Trunks growing up tremendously. And let's be frank, we missed it, right? We miss the days where Goten is a very innocent youngling, very wholesome, but now he's a Chad, he's a Chad, but we feel like grandpas, we feel like, oh, you were a young lad, you make these silly mistakes and everything, but now look at you, you're gonna rebel against this. you're now okay to join politics, that's sad, that's a touchy topic. Ooh. But yeah, I guess like to really end it all off here, but that's what I'm trying to say. The old Dragon Ball Z and old Dragon Ball, there were so many things that was really connected, and there were so many things that we discovered that is a lot of things that are new. For example, the old Dragon Ball, we get to know the Kami's hideout. What a term of power. How many people that are very cool. My issue with Dragon Ball's arc of Majin Buu is the fact that the whole tournament felt like there were tons of things that were happening at once. It was to the point that the tournament is there just to push the plot. It wasn't a plot in of itself. To be fair, that is smart play, and yes, I know people are gonna say, "But hey, aren't you like an Akira Toriyama fan?" I am, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna not criticize it. But the best part of a tournament arc is the fact that the tournament in of itself is fun, But no, we got like a lot of things happening instead, with the introduction of this Majin people with Spopovich and like Dabura and the Supreme Kai's infiltration and everything, the lore of this Majin Buu fellow destroying all these planets and stuff, right? Magic and stuff. It's just so many things happening at once. Yes, if someone were to tell me, hey, Old Dragon Ball did the same thing, with the second coming of their tournament at like the 22nd or the 21st, I can't remember, of the tournament, where after the aftermath, Krillin died. But that's the thing, Krillin just died. But in this one, so many things were going on, because at that point, Goten and Trunks, they were disguised themselves as Mighty Mask, right? And at that point, Videl was, severely injured, and Goku, Vegeta, and Krillin flies off with Supreme Kai to catch on with Spopovich and the Majin fellows, right? Like there's really those going on, and as cool as it is, and yeah, big arcs calls for big events and stuff. I understand that, but I just miss the days where things were much more simple, where I could just focus on the arc specifically instead of me trying to like highlight each important point just because it's laid out to me in these episodes. It's fun, but it is definitely quite a string to hold. As a matter of fact, after the fight of Goku and Vegeta, when Vegeta turns Majin, things get easier to focus. And if people want to know why, it's because we only get to focus on Majin Buu. Now, maybe some people say, "Oh, you just have a focus issue." No, I can definitely follow through. But if anyone were to watch old Dragon Ball, and also, I guess my favorite arc, which is the Saiyan saga, and it was very simple, and we all know that Raditz, was giving this foreshadowing that, oh, you may defeat me, but the Saiyans are gonna come. It was so much fun because the Z Warriors were training. Goku was at King Kai's place training, right? We all know that Raditz is just a 20th of a fraction to what these two have with their incredible strength, right? So, see, that's it. That for me, that's fun. right? And also with the showcase of like Kaioken, that is fascinating. Yeah, I think I've rambled with Dragon Ball too much. I don't know. I miss the days where we're able to focus on so many things with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball now, it just feels like it's just so hyper focused, right? And that's not wrong, right? But it sucks because what you used to like, and now Dragon Ball, they don't even try to. They don't even try to like, give homage or try to one up some of the old characters. Some of the old characters, they just show up. Like for example, the showcase of Golden Frieza. Let's be frank, it all sucks. Piccolo dying at at that movie and also at that arc in Dragon Ball Super is very lame, right? And the whole introduction to Super not yeah Super Saiyan Blue is just so boring for me. Ultra Instinct works. Ultra Instinct works because Whis was foreshadowing it ever since he started training with Goku and Vegeta. That's why he was trying to preach, to fight in a flow state, to think but not to, not to act randomly. It's basically a martial artist flow state. But yeah, that is all for me. I know I've been like, it's all over, so it's gonna be over. But yeah, I love old Dragon Ball, and all of you should rewatch Dragon Ball. But that's it for me. How does everyone like this new camera angle? Might use even more. That's about it for me. Watch Dragon Ball and watch anime. Stay healthy and stay strong.